Hey, weirdos.
Hey,
I
hey,
was
hey.
jamming out there to our new intro music. That's funny.
Right? Yeah, we
Um,
had
so this isn't your average history lesson. We're telling you stories that you didn't learn in school.
tales of ghosts, monsters, strange and unique happenings that defy explanation.
So if you're ready to look past the surface and into some shadows and around a couple of corners, you've come to the right place. Let's get weird.
Let's jump into it.
So we're going to be talking about Pythian Castle in
Woohoo!
Springfield, Missouri.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I think we're gonna.
So now you've been there before, correct?
I have been there. I have been there on the ghost tour.
Mm-hmm.
I went on the ghost, did the ghost thing. I think you did one too as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. We went to one where basically you're given the whole run of the place all freaking night if you want it. You know, um, people.
Oh, ours was kind of a guided. We went from room to room, and
Oh, no, no. Ours was, they gave us the history of it, which was really interesting because I had no clue.
I had no
Um,
clue either.
yeah, didn't even know, just, yeah, could not believe that that's been there and I never knew it was there, right? Um, but yeah, I got the basic history, got shown how to use equipment, and they split us up into three different groups and we were on three
Oh,
different floors.
cool.
Yeah, well, and my favorite part was the tunnel in the basement. I found that
Oh,
quite,
right. There was yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
okay,
I came across
anyway,
that when I was reading the story.
yeah. Well, I'll,
Um,
I'll jump in with those tidbits.
right. Well, no, that's just really cool because the first time I ever knew about this place was, well, I lived on the north end of Springfield, when I was young, and my mom would drive down Chestnut, and of course I would see it, from the
Mm-hmm.
road. I would be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, that's cool. That's cool."
Mm-hmm.
So, your girl here, when she's a responsible young woman and seeking health care, being responsible young girl, when the Pythian Castle was under the ownership of OCAC,
Mm-hmm.
Ozarks Area Community Action Corps, I think.
Mm-hmm. Something
I
to
don't
that
know. Anyway,
effect.
I had my I had my first pap smear in
Woo!
Pythian Castle.
Of course you did. Ah.
Yes, I did. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and then to go back there and then go for the ghost tour or whatever, and I walk in the room and go, "Wow, this room looks really familiar." Oh yeah, this
Oh yeah, I know why.
this was that room. Cool, cool,
Looks
cool.
different from not laying on a table.
Like, wait, oh, the ceiling, yeah. Okay, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
so for our friends that don't know, Pythian Home of Missouri, also known as Pythian Castle, was built by the Knights of Pythias in 1913 and was later owned by the U.S. military. Who were the Knights of Pythias, do you ask? I hear
Yes.
you asking.
Yes. Yes. Tell
Yes.
us who they are, who they were.
The Knights of Pythias, they're a fraternal organization and a secret society founded in Washington in 1864. Um, they are founded by Justin Rathbone and an Irish poet, or who had been inspired by an Irish poet. They are what am I looking for here? Their foundation core beliefs: friendship, charity, and benevolence. That's what they stand for.
Yes.
And then so anyway, so the Pythian Castle was excuse me, and later owned by the US military after, gosh, when was it? It was sold in 1909. Served uh, in 1942, World War II used it as a military commandeered the facility for use in conjunction with the adjacent O'Reilly General Hospital. Isn't that an interesting name for Springfield? I didn't realize
Mhm.
O'Reillys were around that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, apparently. But they used it in conjunction for entertaining and rehabilitating injured U.S. troops. And it was renamed the Enlisted Men's Service Club, which I think's interesting. It featured a movie theater, a ballroom, bowling alley, pool hall, library, arts and crafts area. Um, Famous movie stars, comedians, entertainers of the era performed in the theater while in the ballroom. I think we have a picture of what the isn't it just great? I mean, just look at the I don't know. I just love the history of it. And then the outside of it is just so like
Oh, it's a beautiful place.
yeah, I think we can go to our next oh, look at it, just look at it. And I think the next couple pictures are just like because I just love all the people standing out front and just just having a great time. Um Anywho, um and then it seems like whenever I pull pictures together for my stories, I've always included some sort of postcard picture.
You do tend to have those, yes.
Have you noticed that?
I have. I have.
I don't I is that because,
I don't know.
my
Do you have a postcard fetish? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
will me? No, no, I think it's because of Mike and his postcard fetish.
Right.
Because he collects postcards, and so he was like, "Hey, look at this," and it's like, "Oh
Uh-huh.
wow, yeah, that still looks like that." So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and unfortunately, it still does not look like this.
No, but it's not far from
It's
that.
not far from that.
But so to jump in here with what
Yeah.
you've been talking about. So when we did the tour, we were told that when it was originally built, it was built to house the women and children, like widows of this fraternal
Mhm.
order
Yep.
and their children. It was a
Yep.
home for them for however long they needed it.
For however long they needed. Yes.
And they weren't charged. They were just taken care of, their health care needs, all their needs. So
Yep.
it was originally built for a very good cause,
It was.
Yeah. And then, like you said, it was, commandeered later on for the military. One of
Right.
the things that they told us, so there's a building adjacent that I
Mhm.
believe is still now owned by the
It
military,
is. Yep.
that was a prison that had prisoners of war in it.
Right. Right.
So anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's what I remember
No,
from
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Um, um, Anywho, sorry. I just kind of got lost in my readings here. Um, so gosh, in the early 1990s, the Army decided they no longer needed Pythian Castle, and it went up for sale. And it was bought by a farming family called the Taylors. I didn't learn a lot of information about the Taylors. Um, Went through a couple of hands after them, and then came to its current owner. Uh, and I've been practicing her name all day, and I'm going to butcher it. Tamara Fanakoyaru. I don't even know. It's like you and your elusive.
Yeah.
Um, Anyway, it's very Italian. It's very Italian.
Well, and
Um,
she lives in part of the castle. She's
right,
there all the time. She's
right.
a
And when
resident.
I was there, she was, yeah, yeah. So, but gosh, when I did that tour, it was a solid 10 years ago. 10
That
plus. No, it's had to have been more.
It's
15
been
years
longer
ago.
than that. Yeah, because I did ours, let's see, probably 8 years ago
Yeah.
that we went in because we did it. They had it like in July, And parts of the place were not that comfortable, and parts of it were because it was ungodly hot.
Yeah.
And then I think it was last year, I actually went up there one Sunday morning and recorded with the Midwest Ghost Hunters because they do their podcast
Yeah.
out of there every
Right.
Sunday morning.
Right.
So, yeah, I've been in there a couple of times. So, interesting
Well,
place.
and then Tamara has, and then I've totally, what pictures did I even send over? There's my postcard picture. Okay, let's roll back to the postcard picture. Okay, let's hold there for a minute.
Okay.
Anywho, Tamara, since Tamara has taken over Pythian Castle, she's turned it into an event center. Folks have weddings there, corporate events there. They do dinners and shows, I think, in the theater and the dining area that's still back there. It's just really cool building for being in Springfield. She has firmly believes that there is a ghostly presence. She has herself, come in contact with some noises, and then she just kind of was just like, I'm not having this. I don't have time for this. Just stop it.
Stop it. Leave me alone.
And then whatever it was kind of stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay. All right.
Yep.
This is how we're going to do this. This is how we're rolling with this.
Mm-hmm.
She hears disembodied voices in the quarters. Lights would turn off and off by themselves. Visitors would complain of batteries draining in their devices and such. And then, of course, the ever-beloved cold spot would come and go without warning. Objects, even heavy furnishings, known to move on their own. One visitor to the castle stated they got on many tours, and during one, they were just walking around the basement when they felt a sudden chill, and then they just knew that they kind of had walked through a once person.
Spirit.
A once person, yes.
A once person. Okay.
Well,
yeah, exactly. So like when we were in the basement, so there is a tunnel that runs under the building, and it runs over to an adjacent building, the building that I was talking about that they used as a prisoner of war, for the prisoners of war. Well, this has now been blocked off because the government still owns that other building. So this tunnel, right where the property line is, it's cinder blocked off. It's sealed up, right? And so the people that I went up there with, they were not ghost hunters, right? They were just going to go
there for a fun Friday night.
Exactly. And it's like, okay, I've been on ghost hunts. I've been down this road. I understand, right? So at one point there's like, I don't know, 6 or 8 of us in this tunnel. And it's one of these tunnels that's essentially you could get 2 people past each other, but it's a tight squeeze. We're all the way down at the end of this. And actually, if you kind of can stand up and look, you can see through somewhere there in the wall, and it's
kind of jaggedy. It's not sealed up all the way to the top.
Yeah. It's, I mean, for the most part it is. There's just a little place or two, But so anyway, we're down there and it's dark, we're all standing down there in the dark. And finally, most of the people are like, nope, we're out. We're done. We are not doing this. And they all bail. And I end up standing in the dark with some guy I don't know. We're both like, nope.
About him. Yeah.
Yeah. We're both like, nope, we are not done yet. Right. And so there was a light coming from the end of the tunnel where you went back out. And I'm standing there and I can see this shadow moving back and forth across the tunnel about halfway up. Right. And I said to him, can you see that too? Or am I, and he goes, no, yeah, I'm watching that too. And it just kept going back and forth and back and forth,
I remember I stood in that tunnel.
Oh yeah, we were down there forever. And finally we're like, okay. because that's supposedly where they hear. I think it's one of the prisoners of war. They were talking about it. I don't know if he was a
There
colonel.
would have been German prisoners there.
Yeah, it's one of them supposedly, and he wore boots, and you could always hear him walking, right? And supposedly you hear these boots in this tunnel. And so we were down there forever. I don't know. We probably stayed 30, 45 minutes after everybody bailed on us, right?
Yeah.
And I come out and my friends have taken off somewhere else. I'm like, yeah, thanks. Thanks for leaving me in the tunnel by myself, right?
Right.
They're like, you're a big girl, you got it, But I mean, there were some really odd things that happened that night in that place, because well, like I said, we were just given free reign of it. There was upstairs in one of the bedrooms is where there was a little boy that they say plays with the ball and rolls this ball around the floor. And so one of the ladies, they had a teddy bear up there that's kind of like a spirit box that sometimes will talk. So she's bent over right next to this teddy bear, talking to it, right? And one of the guys that was with us, he was a practical joker, and he sneaks up on her. Now, there's other people in this room. And like I said, these were not ghost hunting people, right?
Right.
Ghost hunters know better than to do this crap.
Right.
But he sneaks up on her as she's bent over, intently talking to this teddy bear, trying to communicate to this little boy, and scares her so bad. She screams and runs.
I understand.
We were not ghost hunting. That's all I have to say to you. But yeah, so.
Well, when we went on our tour, we were in a group, we had a tour guide, but we also had a medium with us.
Oh, okay.
And, he was, going through the room and was picking up. We were in the room that was the girls' dorm.
Okay.
Where the younger girls slept.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Everybody's got somebody with an M name related to them, right? Somebody has a grandma with an M name. And I don't know. But then they also say that when the ring of truth happens, when the hackles on the back of your neck stand up.
Right.
That's truth or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts talking about, he goes, there's somebody here with a related to a woman with an M name. And I'm instantly like, oh, my grandma's name is Mildred. But wait, my grandma's not dead. But my grandma was in her beginning stages of dementia.
Right.
I don't know. And I'd read some things that when dementia patients like sleep and dream, their dreams are different than regular brained, non-dementia brain dreams.
Healthy brains.
I am not explaining this well. But I was just like, okay, well, maybe she's, I don't know, maybe she's traveling somewhere and she's like, hey, what are you doing here?
Yeah, could be.
What are you guys doing over here? This looks like fun. I'm going to come and join the ghost tour. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was struggling to find my pictures so I could upload them. But for the life of me, they're lost in the cloud somewhere. I can't find them.
That happens.
Well, my phone has been transferred, phone after phone.
Yeah.
I got some maybe Orby pictures, but it also could have been dust.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I did find out that we are not the only Pythian Castle.
Oh, really?
There's another one? Our next couple of pictures, I found this is one in California.
Okay.
The next one, this is in Virginia.
Okay.
Look at that one. It looks kind of familiar a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So is this are they done by the same order?
Yep.
Okay.
These are all Knights of Pythias Pythian castles, if you will.
Okay. Cool.
What's our next one here? There was a really pretty one.
Oh, that one's cool.
That one's kind of cool. Where's that one? That's Toledo.
Okay.
Toledo, Ohio, of all places.
Right.
You're gonna love this. Look at that one. That's
Oh, wow.
Texas.
Well, of course. Of
Isn't that
course.
cool.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, wow.
that one. I
Yeah.
forget where that one is. I think that's West Virginia.
Okay.
I think. And
Yeah,
then these are your pictures.
Yeah, those are the little guys that are right there that when you're going into the steps, stepping up.
Gargoyle guys. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super cool. Now he's in the basement.
Okay.
I did not ever,
just guarding the door.
I guess he's like in this, he's not really in a door. You can walk around him and go off into other areas. He's kind of in the middle of the room, and it's like, okay. There wasn't a whole lot of context there. So
he's kind of fun looking.
Yeah. But these were just, like the crests that were
the architecture over the doors.
Yeah. And then that's, that picture was taken a few years ago, but that's essentially what it looks like now.
Still what it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. It's still beautiful.
I don't know. I just love it. And I still, when I'm in town or whatever, and I drive through, happen to drive over there, I'll still peek over. I'm still that little girl in my mom's car going, wow, that building's really cool, Mom. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's like driving in Elfindale,
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting married in Elfindale, and it's like,
Right.
So cool.
I understand.
So cool. All right, weirdos. That's it. That's as much Pythian weirdness as I've got for
tonight. Yeah. Well, at least we have our own castle in Springfield,
Exactly. No. Thanks for joining us on this weird journey into another weird heart story of Missouri.
If you were enthralled by this episode, take a moment to like and subscribe. And it helps us keep our boots on the ground and the boogers at bay. So,
and if you've got a weird story, we want to hear it.
Absolutely.
You can find the link on our email, to our email in the show's description.
Absolutely.
And until next time, stay weird.
Stay weird.